Guys, how's it going? Carl here from North Coast Constrictors. Welcome back to the channel. This is actually a special video that I'm doing for one of my viewers. He goes by Kevin the Grizzly. He's always super stoked when I do a video on retics, and I said I'll do one on the retics that I haven't really shown too much of because they're still yearlings. They're a good 3 years away from breeding. However, they are pretty high-end retics. I've got a male and a female, bought them together to breed. Both of them are Motley, purple albino, het for titanium. And that is the reason why I bought them, because they're both het for titanium. So the purpose of that pairing is to produce visual Motley purple albino titaniums, or Motley titaniums, or albino titaniums, or titaniums. Okay, so without further ado, I'm going to pull out these snakes. They are in smaller racks, they're not in an enclosure yet. Once they get to a certain size, I put them into these 46-litre tubs, and not far off that, and then quite soon after that they go into nice, big, spacious enclosures where you see I keep my big retics. But right now, this is where they feel secure. They are starting to get too big for them, but anyway, as I say, they are about to be moved. I've got 2 new racking systems coming at the end of next week. A lot of hatchlings over there we've got to move, and when I start doing the swap around and the move around, the retics will be moved with it. So let me pull them out. Let's pull out the female first. Okay, you can see I'm not tap trained. I'm not okay. You probably noticed a very different way that I pulled out this snake compared to how I pull out my big snakes. Okay, and that is I didn't use a hook. These guys are, and I probably should have, but these guys are so accustomed to me that I don't know, and even if I took a bite from one of these, it wouldn't really be that, well, it probably would be a bit sore, but anyway. So guys, what you're looking at here is a female, Motley, purple albino, het titanium. Look at that white head, if it's picking it up. I'm just wondering here, is this a bit of nose rubbing, okay, just coloration. Now, as you can see, now look, I've had these guys for probably going on a year, no, less than a year now. But as you can see, I don't power feed. Okay, these guys are about 4 feet now, very lean, a lot of muscle, healthy. They eat up, I feed them probably every 10 days, 7 to 10 days. The thing is that I'm now going to start upping the frequency of the meals, or at least the size of the prey. Okay, because although, and I'm going to pull out the female now, it's just that I don't want to mix them up because they look identical, and I have mixed them up before. But as I say, I've got Eden over here, and usually how I tell is that Eden has got 2 dots. If you look over here on her head, the side of her head, she's got 2 dots. Where Asclepius, the male, he's got like an L shape. She's all over the place. She just wants to check out the camera, and she's an absolute beaut. It does look like, and Asclepius, the male that's going to come out now, it looks like they're going into shed. They're a lot more brighter than this. They've got a lot more iridescence than this. The colors aren't really popping out too much, but what you can see is the purple albino there. And yeah, absolutely amazing snakes, guys. This is, and this is what happens when you get them from yearlings. Because I mean, I literally got them from, well, not hatchlings, almost hatchlings, just maybe a little bit bigger than hatchlings. I got these guys. So they are just like so used to human interaction. They just don't know anything else, you know. I'm like a heat source. My mouth is right here. Her tongue flicks. I can feel her tongue flicking onto my bottom lip. They just tame and wonderful, and as long as I keep on handling them like this, they will always be chilled and not feel threatened by human interaction. And that's the whole point when you've got snakes like this and you want to be able to hold them. So let me put her back and I'm going to pull out the boy. It's always a mission putting them back. They don't like going back. They boys love it when it's time out the tub. Okay, alright, here we go. Here's Asclepius. And you can see straight away. I didn't use a hook either, but Asclepius is, and you know, so as you can see, he's got that L around from his eye to the back of his jaw. You can see identical, literally, except for those two markings on the side of their head. So I don't want to get them mixed up, but as I say, both of them are about to go into shed. So they're not. Their oranges aren't popping as much as what the oranges usually pop, and the purples aren't looking as purple as what they usually, as what how purple they are. You know, they're actually a lot more striking than this. Their heads lit off. I'll do another backup video. Kevin the Grizzly, my man. What I will do for you is once these guys are due to be fed, they're actually getting fed tonight. They're getting a nice big meal, and what that'll do is that'll bring on a shed. Flat out, it's going to stretch out their skin. They're about to go into shed now. It's been about a week since they've had a meal, so I'm going to give them a nice big juicy rat tonight. And that'll just stretch them right out, and boom, within a week they would have shed completely. Okay, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. That is absolute trust between a snake owner, handler, and his snake. And the reason why is because this snake does not feel threatened at all. It has grown up. This boy actually escaped when I moved house last month. I had all the tubs stacked up, and he's very strong, and he was on one of the top tubs. He managed to push and squeeze between the two tubs because I had the tubs out the racks, and I had the tubs on top of each other. And before I knew it, and I thank goodness I found him very quickly in the actual old snake room. My heart skipped a beat there for a second because I thought I'd lost him. Not a cheap snake, and not a when they do pair, and if I get visual titaniums, especially combo titaniums like Motley, albino, purple albino, because they'll both be purple albino, you know, both of them in purple albino. If I hit the albino titanium and the Motley, the super Motley will make an all black snake, you know. So if I hit a couple of the snakes in a clutch of super Motley, it's going to hide things. I actually don't know what a super Motley titanium will look like. I am going to look for a couple of pictures. Maybe the closest that I'm going to be able to get to, I'm going to be editing this video. So what you're probably going to see here now are pictures of snakes that I've Googled and looked on Morph Market from America and typed in Motley purple albino titanium. And these snakes here are probably the closest that I'm going to get, because I know that I have checked it before to do this exact pairing on Morph Market on the genetic calculator, where you type in Motley purple albino head titanium to Motley purple albino head titanium, and then you can actually see who's produced them as well. And I haven't seen one that's hit a full gene stack yet, which would be a super Motley, purple albino, whatever. Okay, so you know, if you guys are looking at pictures here, I don't know what it is. I'll type underneath what it is. So we will get some of these snakes that you can see here in the corner of your screen when I pair these up. The visual titaniums are what we're going for. That's where the value is. But obviously they will have combos in them. They won't just be titanium. You will get Motley, we will get some Motleys, we will get you know, and we will definitely get recessives, we will get purple albinos. So guys, Kevin, I hope you enjoyed this, buddy. This one was for you. You said it was like Christmas, your birthday, and the 4th of July all put together on one of your comments when I drop a retic video. These are my two special babies. These are my although I love all my snakes, I love my other retics. These are the, well, I do it as a passion. It, you know, the retics I don't like really make money off, but these ones will fetch a handsome price. The hatchlings will fetch a handsome price. However, if the females have to be 4 to 5 years old before we can breed them, and well over 10 feet plus, and the males are a good 2.5, 3 years old, and a good 7 feet is a good size to breed the males. So we still 2 to 3 years. Well, the male can breed next year. She will wait until 2025, 2026. I'll monitor. Sorry, this is Asclepius, the boy. She will grow. I'll monitor what she's like in 2025. If she's over 10 feet in 2025, and guys, I can get her to 10 feet. I can get her to 12 to 15 feet by 2025 if I just absolutely feed her like a beast. But that's not the point. The point is to get her to a healthy, lean 10 feet, 12 feet, healthy, not fat. You know, I don't want fatty liver disease and things like that in my snakes. I don't operate that way. I'll sit a season out. I'll wait a year longer to breed my snakes. You know, this is not a farming factory where I just pump out snakes. That's not how I operate, and I'll never operate like that. Okay. If you guys are wondering, Asclepius, I've done it before. I have explained how I name and why I've named Asclepius. A lot of my, not all of my snakes, but a lot of my snakes have got names. I usually name them after some favorite TV shows of mine, like Game of Thrones and you know, things like that. I love Game of Thrones, and also Greek mythology, and you know, like the Greek gods like Zeus and Apollo, and Asclepius is actually, if you look at the medical industry, I'm pretty sure all of you are familiar with the staff, the medical staff with the snake wrapped around it, the serpent wrapped around it, which you normally see in medicine, and that is the Greek, that is the Greek god snake of healing, and his name is Asclepius. Okay, that comes from Greek mythology. That's the snake of healing, or the serpent of healing, if you want to call it like that, which is then was that symbol of healing was taken into the medical field, and that's why they have that wrapped around a staff. So snakes are not all bad, guys. If doctors and nurses and paramedics wear them, you know, and Greek mythology looks at them as healing, healing creatures, you know. And I can tell you something now. I've gone through some rough times in my life. I really have, okay? Just like most people probably watching this video of mine. We all, not all of us have had it easy. I had 10 years ago, it was outrageous for me. I lost everything. And when I say everything, I mean everything. My house, my car, my job, well, my company went insolvent. I got divorced. It all happened in the space of a year. I had to basically start over again. I had 2 suitcases and the clothes inside. That's what I had. I was 39 years old and I lost a lot. And I slowly built myself up. I'm not going to give you the long sob story and how I did it and whatnot. But let me tell you, it was before I got into snake breeding and things like that. But I used to be a game ranger. Many years ago when I finished my military service, I was in the army, I was in the navy as well. I'd done multiple different courses in the military, parachuting and diving. So yeah, I was pretty trained in the military field, and when I finished in the military, I became a game ranger. So I've got an affinity and a love for the bush that will never ever go away. I mean, this tattoo of mine, although I'm not going to lift up my sleeves now, this is the African Big Five on my arm, tattooed all the way up my arm. And every single one of these pick out lion, leopard, buffalo, rhino, elephant. And it's all done with photographs that I've taken myself over the years that I've been in the bush. And I've got my son over here and his name tattooed on my wrist here. But, you know, I'm no stranger to the bush. That's where I get my relief. That's where I de-stress. I go away I live about 2.5 hours away from one of the most awesome Big Five game reserves in South Africa called the Umfolozi Park. But, you know, when I can't get up there and I come into my snake room and I pull out my snakes and I'm just, look, the cleaning part always sucks, guys. I'm not going to lie. But when you're just having time like this and you're making a YouTube video and I'm just having like a good old banter with you guys and just like, I'm looking at a camera and it's just like, I feel like I'm talking to people. You know, I know people are watching this and I don't feel like I'm talking to a camera. I feel I'm talking to an audience. And I'm just sharing my passion for these snakes. And, you know, I've had a rough day at work today. It's been hectic. I came home and, I just decided, okay, hey, let me make a YouTube video and what can I talk on? And then I remembered Grizzly's comment and how he really wanted to, you know, how he really enjoys my retic videos. So I decided I'm gonna do that for one of my subscribers, you know. So if any of you guys have got any requests, anyone else out there, if there's anything in particular that you want to see, I just keep retics, ball pythons, and 2 dumerals boas. You know, if you've got a special request and you want to see something, or if there's a topic that you want to discuss, anything to do with breeding, if you're a first year breeder, if you're going into your first season, or you are uncertain of your setups or anything like that, guys, drop a comment below, you know, reach out to me. I read every single comment on every single video. I don't have a huge following yet, you know, I'm only at like 650 something or whatever. I really don't have a massive following, so every time someone comments on my videos, I see it and I really appreciate it, you know, that someone has taken the time to watch and to comment, and I always reply back. So if there's something that you want to see and something that you want to know, it's good for me because it gives me content. You can ask me something and then I've got a topic to talk about. I can plan my next video around something that you want to know, if it's something that I know. And if it's not something that I'm 100% on, then I do the research on it and, you know, I'll make sure I put out the right information. But pretty much I'm pretty jacked up now with regards to what I know about breeding and ball python care and retic care and setup and that. So guys, please feel free, ask me questions and, you know, tell me who you are and where you're from, and I'll give you a shout out on the video as well. But yeah, anyway guys, that's about it from me now. Time to put this boy back in his enclosure and for me to get on with the other day-to-day chores of my life. It's been great. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. If you haven't done so already, guys, here's my Instagram over here. I pretty much do daily Instagram posts. Always put my ball pythons on there, and then obviously like and subscribe if you like what you see and you want to see more great content and ball pythons and retics and doomerals, boas. Hit the like and subscribe, and if you want, you can even hit the notification bell. Guys, take it easy. We'll see you on the next video. Cheers.